Jeremias, chapter 38. Now Saphatias the son of Mathan, and Gedelias the son of Phassur, and Juchal the son of Selemias, and Phassur the son of Melchias, heard the words that Jeremias spoke to all the people, saying, Thus saith the Lord, Whosoever shall remain in this city shall die by the sword, and by famine, and by pestilence. But he that shall go forth to the Chaldeans shall live, and his life shall be safe, and he shall live. Thus saith the Lord, This city shall surely be delivered into the hand of the army of the king of Babylon, and he shall take it. And the princes said to the king, We beseech thee that this man may be put to death, for on purpose he weakeneth the hands of the men of war that remain in this city, and the hands of the people, speaking to them according to these words. For this man seeketh not peace to this people, but evil. And King Zedekiah said, Behold, he is in your hands, for it is not lawful for the king to deny you anything. Then they took Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Melchias the son of Amalek, which was in the entry of the prison. And they let down Jeremiah by ropes into the dungeon, wherein there was no water, but mire. And Jeremiah sunk into the mire. Now Abdemelech the Ethiopian, an eunuch that was in the king's house, heard that they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon, but the king was sitting in the gate of Benjamin. And Abdemelech went out of the king's house, and spoke to the king, saying, My lord the king, these men have done evil in all that they have done against Jeremiah the prophet, casting him into the dungeon to die there with hunger, for there is no more bread in the city. Then the king commanded Abdemelech the Ethiopian, saying, Take from hence 30 men with thee, and draw up Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon, before he die. So Abed-melech, taking the men with him, went into the king's house that was under the storehouse, and he took from thence old rags and old rotten things, and he let them down by cords to Jeremiah into the dungeon. And Abdemelech the Ethiopian said to Jeremiah, Put these old rags and these rent and rotten things under thy arms and upon the cords. And Jeremiah did so. And they drew up Jeremiah with the cords, and brought him forth out of the dungeon. And Jeremiah remained in the entry of the prison. And King Zedekias sent and took Jeremiah the prophet to him to the third gate that was in the house of the Lord. And the king said to Jeremiah, I will ask thee a thing. Hide nothing from me. Then Jeremiah said to Zedekias, If I shall declare it to thee, wilt thou not put me to death? And if I give thee counsel, thou wilt not hearken to me. Then King Zedekias swore to Jeremiah in private, saying, As the Lord liveth, that made us this soul, I will not put thee to death, nor will I deliver thee into the hands of these men that seek thy life. And Jeremiah said to Zedekias, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, If thou wilt take a resolution, and go out to the princes of the king of Babylon, thy soul shall live, and this city shall not be burnt with fire, and thou shalt be safe, and thy house. But if thou wilt not go out to the princes of the king of Babylon, this city shall be delivered into the hands of the Chaldeans, and they shall burn it with fire, and thou shalt not escape out of their hand. And King Zedekias said to Jeremiah, I am afraid because of the Jews that are fled over to the Chaldeans, lest I should be delivered into their hands, and they should abuse me. But Jeremiah answered, They shall not deliver thee. Hearken, I beseech thee, to the word of the Lord which I speak to thee, and it shall be well with thee, and thy soul shall live. But if thou wilt not go forth, this is the word which the Lord hath shewn me. Behold, all the women that are left in the house of the king of Judah shall be brought out to the princes of the king of Babylon, and they shall say, Thy men of peace have deceived thee, and have prevailed against thee. They have plunged thy feet in the mire, and in a slippery place, and they have departed from thee. And all thy wives and thy children shall be brought out to the Chaldeans, and thou shalt not escape their hands, but thou shalt be taken by the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall burn this city with fire. Then Zedekias said to Jeremiah, Let no man know these words, and thou shalt not die. But if the princes shall hear that I have spoken with thee, and shall come to thee and say to thee, Tell us what thou hast said to the king, hide it not from us, and we will not kill thee. And also what the king said to thee. Thou shalt say unto them, I presented my supplication before the king, that he would not command me to be carried back into the house of Jonathan, to die there. So all the princes came to Jeremiah and asked him, and he spoke to them according to all the words that the king had commanded him. And they left him, for nothing had been heard. But Jeremiah remained in the entry of the prison until the day that Jerusalem was taken. And it came to pass that Jerusalem was taken. From PrayLamp, peace be with you.